Now, let's be real. Living our best lives after 60 means being prepared for the changes that naturally come with age. But the great news is, with the right knowledge and habits, you can stay ahead of the curve. Whether it's about maintaining your health, confidence, or independence. These tips are not just practical, they're science-backed and proven to work. Here at Wellness for Modern Seniors, we believe that age is just a number, and it's all about making informed choices to enhance your well-being. So, if you're ready to take charge and feel your best, stick with me. Today, we're diving into something every senior should know: the 5 major causes of death after 70, and most importantly, how to avoid them to stay healthy and vibrant for years to come. Have you ever wondered why some people live well into their 90s, still active and sharp, while others face serious health issues as they age? Well, you're not alone. The reality is, as we age, our bodies go through changes that can feel a bit unexpected. But don't worry, because today, I'm sharing 5 powerful strategies to help you stay on top of your health. And I guarantee you'll feel more energized, confident, and empowered by the end of this video. Let's start with a question we've all probably asked ourselves. Why do certain health problems seem to appear when we reach our 70s and beyond? As we grow older, our bodies naturally go through changes that make us more susceptible to certain illnesses. But it's not just about waiting for those changes to happen. There are things we can actively do to protect ourselves. Research shows that 99% of deaths in people over 70 can be traced back to just 5 major causes: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, lung disease, and accidents. So, if we know these risks, why not take steps to lower them? The good news is that most of these conditions are preventable, and it's never too late to start making small changes that can have a big impact. Let's start by talking about the first one: heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in seniors over 70, and it's something that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. But did you know that a lot of heart disease can be avoided with simple lifestyle changes? The key here is keeping your heart healthy by managing things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and maintaining a healthy weight. Let me share a personal story with you. I once knew a woman named Marge. She was in her 70s and had a family history of heart disease. For years, she'd been worried about the possibility of developing the same problems. But instead of letting fear hold her back, she took action. She started walking daily, adopted a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, and reduced her stress through meditation. Within months, she noticed a huge difference in her energy levels and overall health. Her blood pressure stabilized, and her doctor even told her she was at a much lower risk of heart disease than before. So, what can you do today to protect your heart? Start by taking small steps. Go for a walk, even if it's just around the block. Incorporating more whole foods into your diet and reducing processed foods is another easy change that can have a big impact. And don't underestimate the power of stress reduction. A simple relaxation technique, like deep breathing or meditation, can lower stress and help your heart stay strong. These changes aren't overwhelming. They're little shifts that anyone can make, and they add up over time. Now let's talk about the second major cause of death: cancer. As much as we don't like to think about it, cancer becomes a bigger risk as we age. But again, there are things we can do to reduce our chances. A healthy diet, staying active, and avoiding smoking are key factors. But one of the most overlooked strategies is early detection. Regular screenings can catch things early, when treatment is often more effective. I know. No one loves the idea of going to the doctor for a checkup, but those annual exams and screenings, even if they seem inconvenient, could save your life. Think about it like a safety net. By checking in with your doctor regularly, you're giving yourself the best chance to spot problems early, long before they turn into serious issues. And speaking of regular checkups, let's talk about diabetes, which is another big risk factor after 70. Type 2 diabetes can lead to a whole host of complications, including heart disease, kidney problems, and even nerve damage. The good news is that managing diabetes is all about making small, consistent changes. Eating a balanced diet that's low in refined sugars and staying physically active can do wonders. In fact, studies show that just 30 minutes of exercise a day can lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by as much as 50%. I'll share a quick story to make this even clearer. I had a close friend, Bob, who was diagnosed with pre-diabetes a few years ago. He was a bit shocked, but instead of letting it overwhelm him, he started making some changes. He began walking every morning and swapped out sugary snacks for healthy alternatives like nuts and fruit. Within a few months, his blood sugar levels dropped back to normal, and his doctor was amazed at how quickly he had turned things around. Bob wasn't perfect, but he made enough positive changes to regain control of his health. Now that we've covered heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, we'll move on to the next risks in the following parts. But remember, the most important thing you can do right now is take action. Even small changes, like moving a little more or eating one extra serving of vegetables a day, can make a huge difference. It's all about stacking those small wins and building a lifestyle that supports your health. And hey, my modern and unstoppable seniors, I want to hear from you. Have you made any small changes that improved your health? What's worked for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to make positive changes too. Now that we've covered heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, let's move on to the next big health risk: lung disease. This is another silent killer that can affect our quality of life, especially as we get older. It's not just about smoking, although smoking is still one of the leading causes of lung disease. It's also about exposure to pollutants, respiratory infections, and even genetics. I want you to think about this for a moment. Have you ever noticed how much harder it can be to catch your breath after doing something you used to do easily? Maybe climbing a flight of stairs, walking a bit faster, or even just carrying groceries. The truth is, lung capacity naturally decreases as we age, but that doesn't mean we can't slow down the process and maintain healthy lungs. One of the most effective ways to protect your lungs is through regular physical activity. I'm not talking about running marathons here. I'm talking about simple, consistent movement that gets your heart pumping and your lungs working. Walking, cycling, or even swimming are great options. In fact, research has shown that regular, aerobic exercise can help improve lung function and make breathing easier, even in later years. But here's the thing, it's not just about exercise. Being mindful of the air quality around you is key. If you live in an area with high pollution levels, make sure you're taking steps to limit your exposure. If you smoke, I cannot stress enough how important it is to quit. It's never too late to stop, and doing so can drastically reduce your risk of lung diseases like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and lung cancer. I'm sure some of you are thinking, but I've smoked for years. What's the point now? Well, let me tell you, it's never too late. Studies show that even people who quit smoking later in life can improve their lung function and reduce their risk of heart disease and lung cancer. If you need help quitting, there are plenty of resources available to support you, and I encourage you to take that first step toward better lung health. Now let's talk about another major health risk that is often overlooked: accidents. This may sound a little surprising, but accidents are one of the leading causes of death in seniors, especially after the age of 70. Whether it's falls, car accidents, or even choking, these accidents can lead to serious complications and, in some cases, can be fatal. The good news is that many accidents are preventable. One of the biggest factors contributing to falls in seniors is balance and mobility issues. As we age, our muscles weaken and our bones become more brittle, making us more prone to falling. But here's the good news: staying active and focusing on balance exercises can significantly reduce your risk of falling. Simple activities like yoga, tai chi, or even practicing standing on one leg can improve your balance and coordination, helping you stay steady on your feet. Another thing to keep in mind is home safety. You'd be amazed at how many accidents happen in the home, especially in the bathroom or kitchen. Small changes, like adding grab bars in the shower, removing rugs that might trip you up, and making sure there's enough lighting at night can make a world of difference. It's all about creating a safe environment that supports your independence and reduces the likelihood of accidents happening. And here's something I want to emphasize. Don't wait for a fall or injury to happen before you take action. Make it a priority to focus on your balance and mobility now. I remember a friend of mine, Janet, who was in her early 70s. She had a couple of close calls with falls, and it was a real wake-up call for her. After that, she started doing balance exercises every day. She didn't need any special equipment, just a chair for support and some basic movements. Over time, she felt so much more stable and confident in her ability to move around safely. Today, she still enjoys hiking and even travels solo to places she loves. Taking care of your bones and muscles is just as important as anything else when it comes to avoiding accidents. Make sure you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D, which are essential for strong bones. And if you haven't already, consider incorporating some strength training into your routine. Building muscle mass helps protect your joints and bones, and it also supports balance and coordination. It's not about pushing yourself too hard. It's about doing what you can consistently to keep your body strong and resilient. Whether it's stretching, walking, or using resistance bands to build strength, every bit of movement counts. Now that we've covered lung disease and accidents, we're moving towards the final two major risks that we'll be talking about in the next part. But before we get there, I want to remind you, you've got this. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection. It's about taking small steps that build up over time. These steps don't have to be complicated or overwhelming. They just have to be consistent. And when you take control of your health, you set yourself up for a future that's filled with energy, joy, and independence. And hey, my modern and unstoppable seniors, I want to hear from you. Have you made any changes that have helped you stay active and healthy? What tips can you share with others in the community? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience could be the encouragement someone else needs to take that first step. Now, we've covered heart disease, lung disease, and accidents. But there's one more major health risk that affects many of us as we age: stroke. Strokes can occur suddenly, and they can be devastating. But the good news is that the vast majority of strokes are preventable if we make the right lifestyle choices. First and foremost, it's important to understand that high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of stroke. As we age, our blood vessels naturally become stiffer and blood pressure can rise. But here's the good news. By managing your blood pressure through a healthy diet, regular exercise, and reducing stress, you can significantly reduce your risk of having a stroke. If you're someone who has been diagnosed with high blood pressure, work closely with your doctor to keep it in check. They can help you find the right combination of lifestyle changes and, if necessary, medications to lower it. Another major risk factor for stroke is diabetes. If you have diabetes, you are at a higher risk of stroke because high blood sugar can damage blood vessels over time, making it easier for blood clots to form. This is why managing your blood sugar levels through a balanced diet, exercise, and regular checkups with your doctor is so crucial. Now, let's talk about a health issue that many of us don't often think about: mental health. Yes, mental health is just as important as physical health, and it becomes even more critical as we get older. Depression and anxiety can have a significant impact on our overall well-being, and they're often linked to physical health problems like heart disease and high blood pressure. Maintaining a strong mental health foundation is essential for living a long, healthy life. Engaging in activities that you enjoy, staying socially active, and practicing mindfulness or meditation can all help reduce stress and boost your mood. Don't be afraid to reach out for support if you're feeling down, whether it's through therapy, talking to a loved one, or even joining a support group. You're not alone in this, and taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your body. Finally, let's talk about one of the easiest but most powerful ways to live a longer, healthier life: good sleep. Getting enough quality sleep is essential for your body to repair itself and function at its best. If you're not sleeping well, you're not giving your body the chance it needs to stay healthy. Poor sleep can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. As we get older, sleep patterns tend to change, and many people struggle with insomnia or waking up during the night. If that sounds like you, there are some simple changes you can make to improve your sleep quality. First, establish a relaxing bedtime routine. Limit your screen time before bed, and try to unwind with a good book or some calming music. Make sure your bedroom is cool, quiet, and dark. And if you're having trouble staying asleep, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. There are many options available to help you get the rest you need. I can't stress enough how much these small, consistent changes can make a huge difference in your health. Aging isn't about slowing down. It's about embracing the years ahead with vitality, confidence, and the knowledge that you can live a full, active life at any age. So, my modern and unstoppable seniors, I encourage you to take these tips to heart and start making positive changes today. Whether it's improving your diet, exercising more, focusing on your mental health, or simply getting better sleep, each step you take will add up to a healthier and happier life. Remember, it's never too late to make a change, and it's always worth the effort. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. What tips have worked for you? Or is there something you'd like to try from today's video? Sharing your journey might inspire someone else in our unstoppable community to take charge of their health. And if you want more tips and motivation to live your best life, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. We're here to help you stay strong, vibrant, and truly unstoppable at every age. Thanks for being part of the Wellness for Modern Seniors community. I'm so glad you're with us. Until next time, take care of yourselves and keep living your best, most unstoppable life.